Hi, I'm Becky,
Hi, I'm Ray,
and welcome to our brand new podcast,
the Unhinged Diaries,
where we'll be talking about everything from modelling and social media
to OnlyFans and our non-existent relationships.
Ooh. So join us every week on Spotify and YouTube,
For an insight into our Unhinged Diaries.
and we'll see you there. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Unhinged Girl Diaries with me, Becky.
And me, Ray.
And we are so excited. I feel like it's been so long since the last time we just spoke about life and just had little catch up. 2024 has just begun.
It has.
I feel like I want to talk about resolutions. I want to talk about what we want to do in 2024 because every year I always sit down and I'm always like, okay, what do I want to achieve this year?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year I come back to it and I'm like, oh, okay, I've done this, I've done that, I've done
Or
that.
I haven't done this.
I've just slept all year, just forgotten everything.
Everything, and you know what I mean.
But it gives yourself a goal. It gives you that motivation to do the things that you want to do.
100%.
And I love it because I feel it sounds so cheesy. I'm like, new year, new me. Never new me. It's always the same me. 3 days later, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't be arsed. Fuck that shit. But I want to talk about that today because obviously the new year is always a big thing for me personally. And yeah, let's talk about goals. Let's talk about ambition. Let's talk about our lives and what we want to do. Don't know why I did that. Not gonna lie, I think I've had too much coffee.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this episode. I feel like I say I'm excited for every episode, but I am. This is gonna be quite fun because I don't know. I'm not a massive New Year person, to be completely.
Are you not?
No, I don't really care for it, but I do use it now and then as a bit of a fresh start. Do you know what I mean? Especially this year, it has been a bit more of a fresh start. But it was just something we never really celebrated growing up. I think it was personal reasons for family, but and I had kind of a few bad experiences over New Year. But this year was my first one single as an adult, as was obviously my Christmas and stuff. So this one, I have actually got kind of New Year's resolutions, if you want to call them, but it's more just goals now that 2023 is pissed off. Do you know what I mean?
It's gone. It's
gone.
It's in the ground. It's dead. Let's focus on the year coming.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But tell me your main sort of goal for this year.
Oh, I just feel like my goals every year sort of circle around social media, which sounds so I don't even know. It just sounds very work focused because I do work on.
Thing, though.
I mean, I guess not, but I just feel like I want to do some more personal goals instead this year.
Fair.
So obviously last year I mainly focused on social media, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to create and grow and stuff like that. And what, I wanted to start YouTube again, which is what I did. And, it was a really successful year in terms of the goals and what I achieved.
Yeah.
I hit partner on Twitch, which was amazing. I was crazy. But yeah, no, I feel like I did everything that I wanted to do in 2023 with social media and work and stuff. And I feel like this year I want to focus on me, my self-growth, my personal sort of journey instead of just focusing on work,
Yeah, that's completely fair. I think that's good as well though. And especially, I was going to say do you think you achieved everything last year? Let's kind of start there as well. Do you know what I mean? If it was all work focused as well, that's pretty good if you feel like you had a good year. It's great.
I did. I mean, in terms of work itself, I fully went self-employed again. So I went self-employed back in 2020.
Yeah.
And then by summer of 2021, I wanted to get back into say a little part-time job. I worked at a little gym and I just did bits and bobs and stuff. And earlier this year, I was like, okay, let's just go full balls deep self-employment again. And that's what I did back in February.
Yeah.
So then when I obviously quit that job, I had more time to focus on the goals that I set for that year. Yeah. So I think if I wouldn't have quit it, I wouldn't have been able to achieve most of the goals because I feel like when you work for yourself, you're self-employed, if you do not work, you do not make no money. That's it. It's down to you. You don't, if I was sick from work, for example, or I was ill from work, I would know that I'll get at least the bare minimum that the government gives you when you're ill. But yeah, no, when I went self-employed, it was a massive kick up the ass. Okay, now I've got to work hard and achieve shit and get money to pay my bills. So it was a lot. But no, I feel 2023 for me, there was a lot of personal lows, but there was a lot of highs as well. because I made so many new friends, and oh my God, I got on a flight for the first time in 8 years. I've always been terrified of airplanes. Always, like, I hate it. I just couldn't do it. But last year, I ended up going to Paris. And even though I was scared the entire flight, and I may have cried, I still got there and I still got back. So I was very, very happy about that. But yeah, I feel like this year I do want to like travel more, you know? Like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I feel like I want to go to America as well, because TwitchCon holds like events over in America, which I thought would be amazing to go.
God, let's go.
Yeah. Like, I don't know where they're holding it, but I would love to go this year.
Yeah, that would be good. No, that sounds sick. It's kind of similar to mine, to be fair. Like, one of my main things for this year is traveling, and it's exploring places. Just, I've never even thought about going. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to try and go somewhere every month this year, even if it's just something small. So, like, I'm going away this month. I've been invited somewhere in Feb. I want to try and do that.
Ooh.
I might be going away in March, and then I'm booked on a job in like Glasgow in April. That's a new place. I've never been there, even though it's not that far. So April's done, and then I want to try and do like LA and
oh my God, LA would be insane.
Honestly, yeah, like that's my goal for this year, is to not necessarily like if I don't manage to get somewhere each month, I'm not going to cry about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm very privileged that I'm able to do that, but at the same time, it's more just I want to push myself out of my comfort zone and meet new people, and I've just never been able to do that before. So and like this first trip that I'm going on like this month is I'm going to meet new people, and I'm anxious, I'm nervous about it, and we're just kind of crashing at someone's house, and I'm a little bit like, oh my God, because I really struggle with that. I like my own space. But in my brain, I'm going, right, just go do it. Like, who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean? Go travel.
Those are the best times, though, where, like, it's like planned, but it's, like, not really planned.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the sort of person who has to have, like, a hotel booked. I have to know how I'm getting to the hotel after I got on, like, the plane. I have to know, like, exactly everything. Like, even when I go down to London, for example, like, from Euston, I have to know exactly what tubes I'm getting. I have to know exactly how far the walk is to the hotel, how far everything is, like, when I'm in the hotel, and, like, how far is the event that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Like, it's so very, like, direct. Yeah. But, like, traveling, for example, I know people who've, like, traveled across the world and they didn't even have a plan. They just sort of go with the flow. And I'm like, how do you do that?
I know. I'd get too anxious. Like, already with this one, I'm like, oh my God. But I'm excited for it. Like, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, I guess. Like,
it is very, very exciting. As well, like, because you're starting off this year as, like, a single woman, like, you can just go off and just do these things without being, like, to someone like, oh, like, I think I'm going to do this. And they're going to be like, oh, well, what about me?
Or you have to pay for, like, 2 people. That's one thing I noticed. Like, now, I only have to look after myself. Yeah. I only have to sort myself out. I only have to...
Mentally and physically.
But, like, that helps, because before, if I was looking to go away, I always had to consider, like, my partner, and like maybe one of us would pay for the both of us in the end, and it's double the expenses for stuff when you're out there. But now it's just kind of me, and it's like, I'm just gonna fuck off to places. Like, I don't care. I don't have to come back for anyone or anything. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna enjoy, and I'm gonna wing life a lot this year, I think. And
that sounds exciting.
I'm ready. I'm so ready for it. But I guess that's the thing. Like, I'm using this year as an excuse to do that. Because it's a new year, but I guess I'm not purposely doing it for new year, new me. Do you know what I mean? It's just January is a fresh start, so let's go.
I think it's a really nice sort of reset New Year is. Like, I've always seen New Year as like a reset. It's like, okay, that year's done. Whatever happened that year is in the past now. Let's focus on the next chapter and what you're gonna do. Like, I've always seen New Year as like a massive deal. And like, before, I was in like a relationship like 4 or 5 years ago, and the guy that I was seeing, I knew who was bad for me. I didn't need to see him anymore. Like, I needed to leave him in 2019. So literally, he was like flip-flopping. He was like, oh, I don't know though, like, I want us to be together, but I don't know, blah, blah. And I messaged him and I was like, if you don't tell me by midnight on New Year's Eve, like, if you want to be with me, you're being left in 2019.
You went there.
And then like at 1 a.m. he was like, can you come round? And I was like, okay. So he did in fact come with me into 2020, but not that long. He only lasted 2 months. But yeah, I was really disappointed in myself then, because like, I saw New Year's like a massive like reset. Like, I need to just get rid of all the toxic people in my life and start the year fresh. But like, it also adds that pressure. It's like it makes you feel
Yeah.
stressed. It makes you feel like anxious that you have to become like a new version of yourself when you don't really need to. There's nothing wrong with the old version.
Yeah.
Like you were fine last year. You don't need to change yourself for this year, you know?
Yeah, I think this is the thing, because I think sometimes it puts too much pressure on people.
Yeah.
Like, people were putting, even myself, like, I was seeing it over the past few weeks. People are putting up all their achievements from last year and everything they want to achieve this year. And it was making me stressed, because I was like, I'm not cleaning my house on New Year's Eve, ready for New Year's Day. Should I be?
Yeah.
But even just little stuff like that, like, people have their traditions and whatnot, and that's fine. But I don't know, like, just escalating from that, I guess. But even just little things like that, I was kind of like, I feel like I should be doing more now, and I'm not. So I feel like sometimes it can put a little bit too much pressure on, like, New Year. But at the same time, I completely get it, because it can put the pressure on you to go and do that thing that you've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
But I also kind of see stuff as, tomorrow's a new day, so do it then. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly. Why wait until January?
Exactly.
You can just start it tomorrow.
It's the exact same thing. It's just days instead of years.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I kind of see it from all aspects. It just kind of, I think it just depends on your kind of point of view on it, really. And if you're not the sort of, I don't know, motivated person to just wake up one day and go, I'm going to do that, then maybe New Year is the right thing. But yeah, I'm a very much get up and go the next day sort of person. But
yeah, like I feel like since we started like, you know, hanging out again and like working together, I feel like you have inspired me, and I didn't need to wait until January, because normally I'll be like, okay, January, fresh start, I'm gonna start working hard, I'm gonna maybe start a podcast, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Whereas you were like, let's do this next week.
Yeah.
Let's start this today. I'm going to come around tomorrow and we're going to do this. And I'm like, what the hell?
I'm so impulsive. Sometimes it's not a good thing, but it is ADHD as fuck. But it means I work hard. Yeah. And it means, like, yeah, maybe not everything I do will work, but fuck it.
You've got like different fingers in different pies.
Yeah.
Is that the saying?
Yeah, sure.
But
We'll go with
I've had friends. I've got friends who've got ADHD, and like I can tell. Like it's so, because like they could make a new Instagram page every week, make a different page every week for different like things that they want to do, or like different obsessions. So like I had a friend in school, and she had like a new favorite TV show every week that she was obsessed with. She had to buy like all the VIP packages to meet all the actors, and you know, she had a favorite singer. I know she was obsessed with like Demi Lovato. She spent all her money to go fly out and see her on tour. Mental. She bought like all the VIP tickets and everything. She had lunch boxes of Demi Lovato. And then the next week,
it was something else.
We didn't know who Demi Lovato was, apparently. She would go on to Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
So, like, it was very, like you had to keep up.
Did we go to school together?
But, yeah, it was very much like, you have to keep up. Like, ADHD is, like, is wild.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's exciting, because if you've got a friend with ADHD, you don't know what's going to come next. So, it's, like, it's always keeping you on edge. You're like, okay, what's happening now? Like, I love it. Like, it's great.
That is literally, And I feel like a lot of creatives actually... This is why a lot of creatives do have ADHD and like autism or whatever, because I don't know, I think our brains just work differently, and the chemical balance is going on, something's happening. But no, definitely, I've had so many Instagram pages. Like when, obviously I've always been obsessed with Disney, but when I was going to Disney a lot, I ended up setting up like this travel page, and like I did it for a bit, and then it just kind of stopped, and like it's somewhere still online. I actually think I turned one of my new TikToks like into my new TikTok from the Disney one, because I was I was like, okay, bye, that's gone now. Kind of like what we did with the other one. What's Disney? Bye, Disney. No, and I've set up like other Instagram ones as well. I'm pretty sure I did one, and to be fair, it's quite weird, because I'd probably say it was quite similar to this. I wanted to do like this girly sort of page where it was just kind of like support and like help for whatever, and I went and set it all up, and then I just never ended up doing anything really with it.
Well, like girl advice?
Like motivational girl talk, literally, but just like online. And honestly, my brain comes up with new ideas all the time, and it hurts.
There's too many ideas ahead of me.
But yeah, it is what it is, I guess, but yeah.
That's cool though, because like I like that. It's better than being someone who doesn't have any ideas and don't really know what they're doing. Like, you'd rather have too many ideas than not any at all.
One of them's bound to work.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Like even if this podcast fails, like we're still having fun. You're like, please don't let it sink, guys. But like, I'm still enjoying it because it's something new. It's something that I personally always wanted to do anyway.
Yes,
and like when we were talking about it, from when you were like, oh, let's start a podcast, to like now, for example, I feel like I blinked.
Yeah.
And everything's set up. We've got like the logo. We've got like 4 episodes already out.
Yeah.
All the clips. I feel like it's just been like a whirlwind.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know, I feel like we're both sort of, we're always, I'm definitely up for like new things and trying different things and seeing what works, what doesn't. And when you mentioned like a podcast, I was like, yeah, count me in. Like, I'm down for that.
Yes.
It's something new as well.
It's fun. And I don't know, I feel like with something like this, it's just fun to put it out on social media nowadays as well. Like, it's fun to hear other people's thoughts on stuff, and I'm a nosy fuck, so.
Oh my god, I am as well.
So
you know, when everyone's been like you were saying, you know, when everyone's been posting all their achievements for like last year, I love reading them.
Yeah.
Personally, I love it. Like, people on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it now, they're like, no one asked for it. You know, people are always just like, oh, I hate when people are sharing their Spotify rap because I didn't ask for it. It's like, I love seeing that stuff though. Like, I'm so like nosy, and I feel like seeing that sort of stuff just shows you what sort of people they are, and gets like, it lets you know them a little bit better, even though they're just some person that you follow on Instagram, for example.
100%.
You're like, I'm so nosy. Like, I don't follow anyone that like I wouldn't want to see content from.
Yeah.
So if you post it and like I follow you, I want to see it.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that. That's a good little mindset to have.
Yeah, like I don't follow anyone on social media that I'm just like, I don't care. Especially like, I follow people and like I see them out in public and I'm like, oh hi, and they've just like blanked me. I go home, unfollow. I'm like, why? Like,
yeah,
like,
if you're not gonna be a nice person.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm only gonna follow people that like I would have a conversation with if I sort out. Like, I'm not gonna follow someone that I would just ignore.
Yeah, no, I get that. I need to do a clear out on mine, but it keeps just like completely fucking up my Instagram if I ever do it.
Yes, Instagram is so annoying about that. It's like, you can follow people on Instagram, but if you follow them too fast or you unfollow people too fast, it like it like locks your account, and then you can't like use it until you've like verified who you are. And then you're also banned from following new people for like a month.
Hence, this is why I was locked out of my account from Feb until, what was it, like October last year. It was just ridiculous.
Because like over time as well, you're bound to follow like loads of people. Like, you meet people on holiday, for example. You meet people like on a work trip or like a shoot.
That's exactly it. And like, I've had that account since I was like 13, 14. So like, I have built that up from then. So I follow so many people and I'm just like, oh, but I can't.
Yeah, you can't just have a declutter because Instagram thinks you're a bot, or like, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, it's wild. Instagram has been pissing me off a lot recently anyway, like especially with the whole like account status thing. Because like, one of my goals is to like, you know, grow my Instagram a little bit more, like, and stuff like that. But like, they're making it so hard to grow now, because any littlest thing that you put on there, they're like, you can't be seen to new followers. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, and some of the stuff they flagging up, like, genuinely, I would be like, yeah, fair if it was a bit much, but some of the stuff that they're flagging up is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
like, it is insane. I think I put up like a tattoo tour, and it was just close-ups of my tattoos, and I was in like a bralette. I was in pants, but I've seen literal tits on there.
I have as
and
well.
that don't get took down. And that got flagged up and I had to take it down to clear my account. And I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's crazy. But I think one came up recently and I'm in like a full-blown dress and tights. And I was like, looking at it, I'm like, how the hell has Instagram flagged this up for me to delete? Because I'm literally clothed.
It's just annoying because then they'll keep flagging your stuff up because you've been flagged. So even if it's something that's not worth flagging up, it's then going to go against your account, and then you're just going to keep flagging up. But I'm having problems. I'm trying to change my profile picture at the moment, and it's just glitching because it's like a verified thing. You can't do it, and you have to have it. You have
to have an approval. I looked at that recently. I haven't changed my profile picture for about a year now,
but I want to change it to match my hair. So I like contacted them. I was like, is this a thing? Like, what's going on? This is really annoying. Like, and they were like, we can't change it for you, but we can rest assured, we can assure you the problem will be fixed soon. And I was like, well, I wanted this changed on New Year's Day, so how long is it going to take? And they were just like, we can't tell you. And I was like, so it's just a problem, it's just an Instagram glitch again. And I'm like, I just want to change my profile picture.
I feel like all social medias at the moment are like glitching the fuck out. I think as well with the new like online safety bill, because obviously there has been a lot of incidents where like, you know, kids and like teenagers and stuff have seen stuff on social media that they should not have seen, and then it like results in like further like accidents or whatnot. But like, it's I don't want to say they're going too far, but it does feel like everything's getting censored now.
Yeah.
And like, even because like as a woman, I'm gonna have I have boobs. I have like, you know, the crease at the top
Yeah.
of the boobs as well. So
It's
like
just a
even
part of
that's
our
getting
body.
flagged.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can't just take them off for a photo and
Yeah.
like, you know, put them back on afterwards,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it's so frustrating though, because I've got friends who like are not as curvy,
Yeah.
say like on their chests and stuff, and like all that stuff is fine.
Yeah, that doesn't get flagged ever.
But then like me, who's like who has boobs,
Yeah.
like it's not fair. Like, what am I meant to do?
It's really not. And I think it gets worse as well. Like, the more followers you end up having, the more people that report you for
Yeah.
just ridiculous things, nothing, like absolutely nothing. But then that will start flagging up. So then any show of skin or whatever just gets flagged, and it's I don't know, it's annoying. But I started doing some lives recently on TikTok, and I've noticed a few people, because today I was like trying to get some followers from my TikTok lives onto my Instagram, and loads of people were like, oh, I don't have Instagram, sorry. So my guess is that they were quite young.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just something that crossed my mind, because I was like, why are they being allowed on TikTok but not Instagram? Like,
Yeah.
TikTok is way worse.
TikTok
is so much worse. Why are they allowed on that and
like,
not Instagram?
what happened to your friend? Like, you two went live or something, and she was on like TikTok, and everyone was like, "I'll go over to Instagram." Like, the moderation of like the comments.
Oh my God,
is so much higher on TikTok.
Yeah,
and even when I'm like not moderating my TikTok, I still get the most awful comments.
Yeah.
But then Instagram, there's literally nothing. You can't like prevent certain comments from being posted.
No.
You can't like, you know, you can't like just mute different comments.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so bad. Like, but it's also weird how the online safety bill is targeting women saying like bikinis, for example, but not targeting the people that are leaving hate comments.
Yeah.
Like, literally, we had a hate comment which was like, end your lives, or like kill yourself, and we're just like, what?
Yeah.
But like,
one of mine on my Instagram was, I bet this girl kills herself before GTA 7 or whatever comes out.
Yeah.
How is that allowed?
Like, it's crazy, because then you report that,
Yeah.
and it doesn't, no violation is found, but then like you post a picture in a bikini, and they're like, oh, you can't have this.
Yeah.
It's so naughty.
Or
And it's
you
like,
respond
what?
to the hate comments. This also happens if you respond to them and you say something. I mean, I'm not saying go and be like, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
you say something that's just a little bit like sticking up for yourself, they'll then report you, and I guarantee it, you'll be the one that gets fucked over for it.
Like, I think it's just like crazy though, because I feel like it is targeting women almost.
Yeah.
Like, with that sort of content, because in a bikini, I feel like bikinis are fine. Like, I get it if it's like underwear and it's like see-through and like, you know, you can see nipples and stuff through it, but also like men post like topless photos anyway.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
So I feel like if you're like a content creator starting a page, it's better just to say like your gender is male at this point, because I feel like Instagram are more lenient towards male, especially their nipples as well.
Yeah.
Male nipples are allowed everywhere.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like, I think we might have mentioned this before, like between us. I think someone I know did actually have their account as a male. They were a female, and I think they put it as a male because you'd get more interaction and
That's
more
crazy.
And it's just kind of like, it's just ridiculous, like how you have to do that to get more views because you're a female and you can't say you're a female.
Yeah. Especially even just like covering up your body though as well.
Yeah.
Like, I look at my Instagram page, for example, and like, I don't think it's that bad. I feel like it's quite like, it's extra compared to say some of my friends who aren't doing the same thing that I do.
Yeah.
But like, is not as bad as say like certain people's pictures that I've seen. Like, I've always make sure my nipples are covered. Like, even if my bralette is like see-through, I blur it completely so like nothing is seen. And as well, like, why would I want to give that for free anyway? Like, that's not something that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So like, I'm always really, really careful. But then like the next day, it's like Instagram has flagged like 6 different posts of mine, and it's like, remove this, otherwise you can't be seen to new people. And then also another weird thing that happened, my username got flagged. My username is literally my name, right?
Oh my God,
it's literally just Becky White, and that is literally my username on it. And it was like, your account might not be able to get shown to new people because of your username. I was like, well, how am I meant to change my name, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I had that, and my bio as well.
Yeah,
and I was
get
just
that a
like,
lot.
what am I? I'm sorry.
I think that AI is broken or something, because it's like, how, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
It is just,
it's broken.
shit.
It's broken.
But I mean, it's not going too bad though. Like, I mean, growth wise, I guess, like, I feel like my growth has been quite good.
It was your viral video though. You got 25 million views on a video, and it just skyrocketed everything.
My account reach is on like 11 million right now.
What?
Like, yeah, it's mental.
That is like, that's insane. So do you have like any like goals for 2024 then to do with social media?
Oh my
or
god,
is it literally just...
I want it to grow. Like, I just want it to keep growing, and touch wood. We've done this every podcast. There's no wood here.
There's no picture frames.
Wood. Okay. Touch wood. Yes. What was I saying?
Yeah, like goals for social media.
Goals. Yeah. So it will keep going. That's what I'm saying. It will keep, like, the growth will keep going. And I mean, I'm literally about to hit 30k followers, and I mean, I was on 12k like a few weeks ago.
You were.
So it's working, and it's going well. It's a lot. It's very intense how quick it's all happened. But
you're friends with like quite a few big like OF girls though as well.
Yeah.
Like, you've been getting content with them, and like the content's been absolutely banging as well. But it's like it's been stuff that like so out your comfort zone, like stuff that I've never actually seen you do before.
Oh my god, no!
So like
no
as a friend, seeing you like venture out and try new things has been exciting as well. Because it's like, oh my gosh, look what she's doing. Like, I show all my friends, I'm like, look at this girl, man, she's fucking fire. Like, I love it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good fun, and I've met some nice people along the way as well. Like, it's exciting, and yeah, I mean, some of the content I'm doing, I never would have expected to have been doing it. Do you know what I mean? And but it's fun. Like, it's just content. Do you know what I mean? It's not that deep. Like, it's just fun, and it's working. It's growing, and people are enjoying it. People are hating it. It is what it is. But I'm gonna keep doing it. So
yeah. Do you have like any goals for, say, your modeling agency as well?
Yeah, I mean, always with that, it's just growth. Like, the aim for that for this year for me is I want to start getting people kind of helping me, working for me with it. So that's definitely a priority. And yeah, hopefully then we can just kind of see a big growth with that.
So are you like the only model booker on the agency? Yeah, because that's a lot of work then. How many girls have you got on it?
I think we're on about 50.
Jesus.
Yeah,
so like, obviously that's a lot of work for just you.
Yes.
And as well, everything you're doing on the side with social media as well.
Yeah, it is
like,
a lot
I
at the
feel
moment.
like once you get someone else in, it will just help it build.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. That's the aim. And I kind of have this little plan in my head. It's just, I've got to stick to it and try and make it happen. But I think it will. I'm manifesting it. So
I feel like a lot of things in this industry is like consistency though.
100%.
It's like, you could post the most amazing video, but if you're only posting like one video a week or like one video a month, for example, it's not going to get pushed out. Say like on TikTok as well, people say like you need to be posting like 3 videos a day, which is insane. Or like YouTube, like recently I've been doing like 3 YouTube shorts a day and 3 TikToks and stuff. And even YouTube, that's really hard to build. But like, once you're doing that consistently, people are expecting it, and then people are like tuning in at that time as well. So it does take a long time, but yeah, I feel like if you focus on it for 2024, it will happen. If you believe, you will achieve, and it's great. It's exciting.
Definitely. What about you, like with your socials and stuff? Obviously, you said you want some growth as well, but have you got any more sort of goals and stuff?
I feel like I'll just always want growth, because to me it is a business at the end of the day as well.
Yeah,
like, I enjoy it. Like, I love what I do, and I would never pick anything else. Like, I love it so much. But I think this year, like, I focused on all my social media goals last year, and I think this year I definitely want to focus more on like personal goals. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm expecting to move like to a brand new city in March. So right now I've been living in Birmingham for God knows how long. Like, it's literally been my baby, my hometown. But like, I'm expecting to move, and it's going to be a whole new city, all new people, new environment. And that's scary in itself though. So like, I feel like my new year starts from March when I go.
Yeah, that makes
because
sense.
It's like a fresh start. It's a new chapter. Whereas now it's like I'm still living in the old chapter until March. So it is one of those. Like, I'm excited to get out, meet people, explore, like hopefully build up some self-confidence again. Because what I've noticed recently is that when I meet people, like, I am so awkward. Like, even just like small talk, I can't do small talk at all. But I really want to get into it, network, and like be confident again, because like the only time I'm confident to talk to people nowadays is when I'm drunk, and like that is not good, you know? Like, you don't want to have to get drunk. Yeah, you don't want to have to get drunk to be able to like have a conversation with someone. You want to be able to just like go up to someone and like become friends with them without having like a wine in your hand, you know?
No, definitely. I get that, because I feel like I've been quite similar. Like, I don't drink a lot, but I do notice that when I go out and if I have a couple of drinks, it does relax. And it's not a bad thing. But over the past few months, I've definitely been trying to just speak to people, and it's really hard. Like, I'm a proper introvert unless you know me. Like, if I go and meet someone new, I'm just kind of like, hi. So yeah, no, I completely get that. I feel like I'm quite similar in that way, and that's a good goal. It's a good goal to have.
Like, I just want to be able to talk to people without having to be drunk.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like a confidence. It's like a long-term goal, because obviously I'm not going to go out this weekend and be completely sober and be able to talk to everyone. It's going to have to build over time. I'm going to have to build up confidence. And I think as well, like, to be fair, I've not stuttered, but like I have started stuttering a little bit, like in my own personal time. Like, I was talking to someone the other day, and like it took me like 5 attempts to say one word, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's weird because right now on the podcast I'm like completely like blah 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 blah, but like in my own personal life it's like, why am I stuttering? It's like I've lost that confidence in what I'm saying or what I'm talking about. And like on podcasts, like in camera I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine, but it's just weird. Like, I don't know what's going on with me. So I definitely want to build up that confidence to just go out and talk to new people. And people that I don't know. I feel like it's different because like I've known you for ages. Like, cameras,
it's different.
But like,
it's a job.
It's different, isn't it? Whereas like if you talk to someone new in your own personal time, it can be quite daunting. So I definitely want to like, you know, get better at that. And I think moving to a whole new place and having to start again,
that would be so good.
It's a whole, I'm very nervous. I'm very scared. But yeah, no, 2024 should be a good year. Yeah. And I'm very excited for it.
No, definitely. It's going to be good. But I think we both needed this as well. This fresh start, and like mine kind of started a little while ago. Yours is going to start in March. I feel like you kind of had a bit of a fresh start, but this is going to be the fresh start for you.
But it's like a whole new book. It's not even a new chapter. It's like a whole new fucking book, you know? It's like the Harry Potters, but like it's the last, not the last book. I hope it's not the last book, but it's like the second book. Yeah. Where like we're in the car and we're flying back to Hogwarts.
Yeah.
You know?
Sick. I like that.
I'm flying to Manchester instead.
No, definitely. I think we said earlier as well, we were going to kind of take this over to kind of fears and things as well, which I think will be a really good topic to talk about. Because you were on about obviously flights and like planes and things like that with New Year's resolutions. And I mean, I guess some of my New Year's resolutions kind of creeps into the fears side of things, because it is just some stuff that I've been really anxious and kind of like scared to do. So I feel like this would be a cool little topic we could quickly like have a little
fears, conquering our fears.
Oh my god. But let's start with you, because you said about flying, which is funny because I have a similar fear with that.
Do you?
Terrified of flying.
Yeah, but you go to Florida like so much.
So long haul flights I find a lot easier than short ones, because you can shove a film on and you get into your moment, whatever, and you've got time to actually relax. Whereas short hauls, like the one I'm doing very soon, I hate, because you get on the plane, you breathe, you take off, breathe a little bit, panic, cry, feel a bit sick, and then you're there. Like, obviously it's better because it's quicker, but I just kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like short ones, I can't watch anything. When I went to Tenerife last year, I put my AirPods in, so that's what I'm going to do again, and I'm just going to get into my own little world and listen to music, and I feel like it'll go quite quick then. But I'm really bad with short flights, and beforehand I am a mess. Like, I'm such a wreck before flying, and I'm literally there like holding everyone's hands like, oh my god. So yeah, I completely get the whole flying thing. But you said you haven't flown in like 8 years before Paris last year?
Yeah, so the last time I went on an airplane was when I was like 17 on like a family holiday. Right. Because we used to go on like a family holiday every year. Like every year at the same time we used to go. Yeah. And then obviously when I turned 18, my parents were like, well, we're not going to pay for you anymore because you're a fully grown adult. If you wanted to come, you'll pay for yourself. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah. And because I didn't like flying, I just never paid and I just never went. Yeah. So then I just stopped going on holiday. And then last year, obviously, TwitchCon rolled around and it was in Paris. And I was like, I've always wanted to go Paris. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure I went when I was like 2 years old, but that don't count because I don't remember it. Yeah. But yeah, so like I'm in like a group chat of like girls who all stream. Yeah. And we were like, let's all do Paris. Let's go to Paris. Like, girls' holiday, woo. And literally I was like, okay, book it and I will just go. Like, I'll just go. I'm just going to fuck it and just, I'll be there. Right. And then, yeah, honestly, I was so fucking scared. It was like an early morning flight. It was like a 6 a.m. flight. And we were only in the air for like an hour and a half, if that.
It's literally the shortest flight ever to Paris.
Literally the shortest. So before we got the flight, we went to Frankie and Benny's, and I downed so many drinks. I was so scared. Like, you know, like the stomach feel.
Yeah,
the
thing, knot in your stomach.
Yeah, like it just wasn't going, and I was so scared. I even had my little plushie with me. Like, I was like, I was so nervous. But yeah, so I ended up just downing alcohol, and by the time we got in the air, like, I was nearly crying, but I was okay, and I was very proud of myself. And there was no turbulence on the way at all. It was like a really smooth flight, even though it was a fucking propeller plane.
Yeah,
it was like smooth.
Yeah,
like it was fine. And then we stayed for the whole weekend, and it was all really like fun. Everyone was like, "How was your flight?" And it was like, "Oh, it was so good." And all they were saying was like, "Oh my god, the turbulence for us was really bad," and we were all like, "Yeah, it's fine for us, ha ha ha." On the flight back, the turbulence was horrendous. I actually felt like I was gonna die.
Oh god, I hate turbulence.
I was crying. I had like a little mini panic attack. Like, literally, it was horrendous. The flight back was so bad. But because of the time difference, I think there's like an hour time difference.
Yeah.
So like, in retrospect, it was like a half an hour flight because we didn't like lose any time. So it was like a half an hour or something.
I mean, you can like get the Eurostar though. Did you not want to do that? Or did
it was
you
so expensive.
Oh, really?
Because obviously you'd have to train it down to London, which was what, like £30. Stay in a hotel depending on like how early it is, how late like the train is and stuff. And then the Eurostar itself was like £200 return.
Grim.
Yeah, which obviously we were quite surprised about, but we all got our flights for like £150 return. So it just made sense just to fly. So that's what we did. But I feel like after that flight, I was like, I could do this again.
Yeah.
Like, I could get on a flight again.
Good.
And I'm even looking at holidays. I want to go to New York. I want to do so many cool things, but I just need to get over the fear. And I think now I've had a little taste of it.
Yeah.
It'll be easier to get back on, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I do genuinely think if you got on like a long flight, it's like fucking hell scary. But when you can put films on and stuff, you don't even remember you're in the air. And I feel like they're a lot smoother because they're like the big ass planes, and they're just better. So definitely to try like a long haul flight, because you'll just be able to relax, sleep, and you'll just forget you're flying for a little while, and then it comes to landing.
You're like, oh my god. But yeah, that's like the main fear that I feel like I conquered in 2023. What about you though? Tell me your fears. Tell me your fears. Your
definitely like like planes are a big one, but I have a fear. I have a fear of big things. Okay. So it's called, I believe, it's like megalophobia or something.
Big, like, as in what? Like, big things of what? Like a big chair? Say if you saw like, you know those big like deck chairs that you see at like Brighton Beach or something?
No,
that
things
can fit
like
like
that
3 people.
No. Like, I mean like big structures, bridges, like Grand Canyon, open spaces, big things.
So it's like a scared of heights type.
It is, but it's kind of the opposite. It's kind of like I can't look up at things. So like when I went to Paris, I've always been scared of like the Eiffel Tower, and it's not being scared of being at the top of it looking down.
Yeah.
It's the structure of I'm just there like, oh my god, it's like massive, and it's just like big metal framework, and it freaks me the fuck out.
That's crazy.
I know. And like,
I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
It's a thing. It's like, megalophobia or something. And it's like, have you seen these things on TikTok when they have really weird noises, and it's photos of like, wait, I'll show you. I'm going to show you this.
I know, what is that? I've not heard of that before.
I know, it's going to make me like freak out. But it's, honestly, I think it's basically like, when I was younger, I used to go past a cathedral it was either Truro or Lichfield, and I used to feel like it was falling on me. And I genuinely think it's that. So it's going to be like these things. Wait.
Oh, she's got a TikTok up. She can't look at the TikTok. Okay, there's a big boat. Oh, like a little boat next to the big... She's covering her ears.
It's giving me goosebumps.
Oh yeah, that's a bit weird, like a big foot. That's crazy though, because I've not...
Wait, let's... Trigger your megalophobia. I hate that sound. Yeah, like this.
I see. Yeah, no, So it is just like big, looking up at big buildings and that.
Like, that freaks me out. That's cool, but that freaks me out. But it's not necessarily, but like, yeah, like I want to go to like New York and I'm kind of there going, okay, I've just got to suck it up and deal with it. I think I'll be okay when it's all a certain thing.
Yeah.
But I really struggled. Like Eiffel Tower, I had to hold people to look up at it and it was just freaking me out.
Yeah, New York, you might be a little bit fucked because of like skyscrapers and the Empire State Building.
But I'm just but this is the thing, I want to conquer that sort of stuff. But I really struggle like driving on like bridges, like the Wales Bridge, you know, the big ass one with the big things in the middle.
Maybe
it's a Wales Bridge. I'm not too sure. I can't remember.
Possibly, I don't know.
It's fucking huge, and I will do everything I can to not enter Wales that way. I will go the other way.
Wales.
Fuck Wales. No, don't. But yeah, because the structure's in the middle, I'm just there like, oh, it really freaks me out. It's a massive thing I have. Like, yeah, it's horrible.
How would you even fix that though? I think it's more like exposure therapy, where you literally just have to conquer it.
This is literally it. And like Paris now, like I'm fine with the Eiffel Tower now because I've done it. I still freak out and struggle, like if I have to look up at it. But we went in it and we had a meal on, I think it's the first floor. There's like a restaurant, and like when I was on it, I was okay, but I'd look out the window and see the big ass metal framework, and I almost had a panic attack because it was it's just big.
See, I think the only thing that I guess I'm just the opposite. I'm just scared of heights. Like, have you been to Marco Pierre White in Birmingham, like the mailbox?
I haven't, no.
So it's like a massive hotel. It's called the Cube. It's like in the mailbox in Birmingham, right? And there's a hotel right at the top, but also Marco Pierre White is right at the very top.
No,
it's like
there's like a balcony.
Yeah, it's got it's all glass like windows and stuff. But the thing is, it's not just like a solid glass. It's like shaped. Yeah. What is the word? It's like horizontal.
It's like tilted.
Yeah, it's like tilted, so you can kind of look over it.
Yeah.
And I stayed there a few years ago for like my grandparents. I think it was like my nan's 80th birthday or whatever. Like me and my family all stayed there. And for breakfast, that's where the hotel's like restaurant is, like in that restaurant. Yeah. So we had breakfast there. And I just remember like looking over oh my God, I never felt so sick in all my life.
Stuff like that's really hard because the Eiffel Tower also has that in the middle. So they have glass like this going around the centre. And I kid you not, there were kids leaning.
I don't understand that.
And I was just there like,
are their parents not going to stop
them?
Are
like, you doing? It's and have you seen? Is it in like New York or San Fran maybe or something? The walls that you lean on and they tilt you out, and you're just like this looking over. Like my thing's not heights, but I mean I wouldn't purposely put myself in that sort of position.
It's like where is that slide? You know that glass slide where you go out of the building and you go down, and you go down literally a glass slide, and you're literally like however many floors up. How do people do that? Like, are you not scared of dying? I went to Go Abe recently as well, and like, you know, the massive, you've been to Go Abe, right?
I haven't, but I know what it is. But I've seen like
it's fucking, I didn't realize how high it was. I knew it was gonna be like treetop adventure thing, but like I didn't think it'd be that fucking high. But like after every little course that you do, there's a zip line, and like one of the zip lines just looks like you're going into just thin air. Like it just goes down and you can't even see the landing. Like it's between trees and everything. Yeah. And I just remember being like, what the fuck? Like how, like I'm scared to die, bro. Like how are you gonna expect me to jump off a tree and just hope for the best that I've clipped the thing on? Because you know the harnesses.
Yeah.
There's not a person like there's not people. There's not like a person up there to attach you to each harness. You have to attach it yourself.
I've been on something similar to that.
Like I'm just looking down at this massive drop, and I'm like, what about if I have an attachment and I die? Like, bro, what? Like, how am I gonna get trusted to like save my own life? But like, I can't even trust myself to not burn my toast in the morning. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh God.
But yeah, heights, flights, and what is it? Megaphobia?
Megalophobia.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah, well, there you go. You learn something new every day. That's a big one for me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the best with heights, but I wouldn't actually say it's one of my. I'm a bit like cautious, but again, I think it's more the fear of dying rather than the fear of the height itself.
What, like the thing just falling on you?
Like. I mean, for the megalophobia, like with me, I don't know, it just freaks me out. I just feel really small next to it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
No. There's another thing as well. I discovered it recently. You know those like AI things online, and like it's like a skin, and there's like loads of little like holes in your skin. It's like black or something. What is it called?
Oh, for God's sake!
There's like special. I don't know, but there's like special effects you can do, and it's like your skin is like loads of little like black like holes.
Okay.
Oh,
Holes.
like I remember seeing that and I was like absolutely fucking up.
Trypophobia. That's basically a fear of holes, but I think it is that because I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because there's pictures. I'm not going to do it because it does freak me out a little bit.
Yeah, it's gross.
But it's trypophobia.
Isn't it mad how all these phobias have like different names?
No.
But yeah, isn't it weird how like all these different like fears have like these crazy names attached to them?
Yeah.
Like it's wild. Who comes up with them?
That was horrible. That was fucking horrible.
You look traumatized.
That was
now.
horrible. Yeah, God.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that one's not very nice because it's like.
Blech.
God. Well, okay then.
Well, let's end it there on a deep note of holes.
Yeah, I mean, what are your guys like fears? I guess like comment them.
Yeah,
I
tell
wanna
us
know if there's any more sort of like megalophobia or trypophobia, whatever it's called.
Yeah, because I'd never heard of that before, so I feel like you
gonna
guys
be more.
will be able to tell us like all these different new phobias that we won't even know have existed, and we might even look at them and be like, oh my god, we have that too.
I kind of want to know like the weird ones, sort of like this one, like you've never heard of it.
No.
It's a pretty like intense fear, I think.
I know people who have a phobia of Michael Jackson. Have you seen that TikTok where that girl is in the bar and there's like a Michael Jackson impersonator and she's like screaming, crying? Oh my god, it's hilarious. I'll show you after. Okay. But yeah, no, crazy. Let us know your phobias though, because I actually really want to know.
Yeah.
I feel like we could learn as well. We can learn from each other, educate. Because how many people might not know about the megalophobia thing? Because I didn't.
You are welcome. You're very welcome.
Yeah, and now every time I look at a tall bill, I'll be like,
oh no, Rachel would be dying.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it's been really fun, interesting.
It has. I feel like my mind has been opened.
Yeah, definitely. Now I need to like go conquer my fear of big things.
Mad big dick. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys next time on the next episode. Mwah. Love you all. Bye.